Hello, everyone. Hi, how are you guys doing? Welcome back to another episode of a Torchwood reaction. This is Red Live, and my name is Matt. Last time on Torchwood, what happened? Um, Not a lot happened, honestly. Just chilling. Just your regular villain of the week, whatever alien bullshit episode happened. The alien ant farm, slavery thing, whatever. Martha showed up and Owen died. And same old, same as usual. Every week shit with this show. Uh, but yeah, okay, so last time on Torchwood, Martha showed up and Owen died. And what the fuck? Right? Okay, so all right. I don't know what the fuck we're gonna be doing now because they killed off a main character halfway through the season, and it seems like he's dead. I think that he's dead. That does not mean he's not gonna show up again, though, because I think that because this is sci-fi, there's always the possibility of some dumb bullshit way for this character to show up again for like one or two stories, right? We had the glove in season 1, and I'm not saying the glove is gonna be brought back because the glove was destroyed, but there is some whatever device or way that they can just bullshit into the script to just say like, yeah, Owen's back for this episode, don't worry about it. And man, I just it's just really fucking funny because it's really fucking funny because it's like this is why sci-fi has done to me. This character was shot through the heart and it fell and it died, and a qualified doctor who I trust a lot just was with him when it happened and was touching him, and she's like, he's dead, and everyone's like, oh my god, he's dead, and I'm just like, he could be dead. I think he could be dead. I think he's gonna be back though. It's like, this is why sci-fi has done to me, dude. This is why sci-fi has done to me. This is why fucking Steven Moffat has done to me with the fucking Doctor Who seasons with Moffat. It's like, all that was fucking, like, every episode was just bullshit. And like, Face the Raven was like the peak of it. I think. Well, was that the peak of it? Because then we have like World Enough in Time. It's just like, no, like, it seems like every time a character like dies, but then they don't. I, however, think that Torchwood, first of all, has a better writer. And pretty much every episode has a better writing. Also, is more fucked up. And also, it's Owen. If there was ever a character that I would trust Torchwood to kill off, it would be Owen. Because here's the thing, is that the shittier a character is, the higher the probabilities of them staying dead when dying are. And that sounds like a really dumb thing to say, but that is like true. Because I feel like whenever you have a character that is like admittedly a piece of shit, when they die, it's usually like it's like the redemption, right? It's like you got what's coming to you. And usually it's them doing something else that would be like a character growth, or against their nature or whatever, just to show that they can be a good person, and also they had to sacrifice their life to do it. Like, that's what happens usually when we're talking about like redemption arcs or some shit. Owen has just become a better person this season, so it's not entirely applicable. But and this is something I didn't point out, but I saw it while editing the episode because, oh my god, I had to edit that episode so many times. I'll come back to that in a second. But like, he actually did get shot protecting Martha, by the way. It wasn't like a dramatic, like, I'm jumping. Oh, I just caught a mosquito. You can see like the stain where a mosquito used to be. So I'm gonna go wash my hand in a second. But he didn't like dramatic jump in front of a bullet to save Martha, but he did like The guy showed up, pointed the gun at them, and he like stood in front of Martha and was like, "Hey, you don't want to do this," and then he got shot. Right. So I think it is fitting for Owen to just die there. And I would trust that he stays dead. But I think through some dumb sci-fi way, he'll go back. He'll come back for like one story or two. I do think he's out of the show as a main character, though. Like, I can see that. And also because I said previous discussion, I remember that at the season 4 finale, we only have like Gwen, Yanto, and Jack, meaning that now that Owen died, I'm like, okay, I think he's dead. And now there's a death flag on top of Tosh. There's just like a big red light in top of her head. It's just like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? And I did think of like ways where she could just not die, where she would like leave Torchwood and get a retcon so she could forget about Owen. And I think that would be fitting. I think that would be cool. But yeah, I I think Owen's gone. I think he's not entirely gone for the show, or at least for the season. But I think he's gone as like a main regular member of Torchwood due to the fact that he's diseased. I think he's dead. So there you go. The other question is whether or not Martha's gonna replace him, because we just got a doctor that is just infinitely better than whatever Owen was as a person, because Martha's the shit. But I don't think Martha will replace Owen. I don't think Martha joins Torchwood because, like, I remember in series 4 of Doctor Who, Martha shows up for like the what the fuck episode was it like the Sontaran episode? Was it the Sontaran episode? I think it was. And she was with Unit then. And we know that here that she's with Unit. So I don't think she works for Torchwood here. I think she'll just go back to Unit. But she could hang out for like, I don't know, one story, maybe two. So I'm down for that. I'm down for Martha just being here. I love Martha Jones. But yeah, I don't know what else to do here. With this, with what happened previous episode, it's just like we'll just get to see, I suppose. All right, so I'm letting y'all know right now. So I maybe I'm not entirely sure if this is the case, but maybe previous episode video, which is the reset reaction highlight video, maybe that reaction highlight is gonna have like some weird effects on it, or like size or whatever. The reason for that is because I uploaded that highlight the way I usually do it, and it got immediately blocked instantly. And I like re-edited it and then re-uploaded it, and it got immediately blocked again instantly. And I did that like 4 times, and it worked at the 5th one. And while the 5th one was uploading and it ended up working, I was already rendering a 6th one just in case. So here's the thing, and that happened again Saturday with The Expanse, and it took like a literal day for the patrons to get their actual highlight for The Expanse as well. So here's the thing, is that I don't know if YouTube changed something like with their automatic detection for content ID, flagging, whatever. But those videos got like instantly blocked, and not even like claimed, blocked. So I started editing and trying to find ways in how the video could exist in YouTube without getting instantly blocked. And that took several attempts at editing the episode over and over again, and just adding shit, weird clutter, weird lighting, whatever. And I did end up finding like 2 different ways the Torchwood episode worked, and I'm uploading a 3rd one right now. And if this one works, there shouldn't be any like weird shit on the episode. But I don't know if it's gonna. I actually expect it not to work. But that's the thing, is that like if this is just gonna be the way YouTube is gonna be moving forward, there's just gonna be weird shit on the reaction highlight, like the little box, like over here, there's gonna be like some weird shit in it, like some weird lighting or some weird like low opacity superimposed image in the background or in the forefront or whatever, just to throw off the automatic detection. But I am doing my best in order to make sure that the episode is still like watchable, like you can still tell what's happening, right? And I haven't tried like fucking with the audio yet. I actually wanted to do that, but then it worked, so I don't think the audio matters very much. But yeah, that. And also like the highlights could just get shorter, just in general. And like I'm not even deliberately trying to make the highlights long, because admittedly I can tell my highlights are longer than they should be. Some of them are like 20 minutes. It's stupid. And I do try to like talk as much as I can and like get rid of the footage when I talk, or like get rid of like only the video but the audio still going, right? I try to do that a lot, but it's still like a lot of highlights. So this is just a problem I have when I'm editing. I feel like everything is important when in reality it's not. And I could just get rid of like, I don't know, a lot of the episode, like half of it, and it will still work. So moving forward, I'm gonna try to just like be more like, I don't know, aggressive when editing the highlights. Just like get rid of everything, just leave the crucial bits, fuck everything. And hopefully by making it shorter, it will YouTube won't get angry at me. So that's what I'm gonna start doing. So if there are some weird effects or clutter or whatever on the box, that's normal, and I'm sorry, but that's like the only thing we can do in order to make the video exist, right? It's that or nothing. Or a redirect, I suppose, but a redirect is actually way more convoluted. I would rather just have it on YouTube. So that, and also, yeah, it's probably gonna get shorter from now on, the highlights. So sorry about that. But that's all I can do. But yeah, that note is out of the way. I think we can start with this episode of Torchwood. Yeah. So Torchwood season 2 episodes. It's 7. Okay. Torchwood season 2 episode 7. I'm gonna go wash my hand before doing this. Let's go. I'm trying to like do the snap without like touching the stain because it's go. All right, there we go. Martha's here.
Stop! Nobody touches him till I get back. Is that clear?
Jack is gonna bring some bullshit to bring him back or something. The second glove.
If I told you not to use it, would you listen?
Shouldn't you know the answer to that?
I do.
That's death. Here's something. This is a weevil den. How? What do you bring with
Jack,
you?
what have you got?
The second glove. It's the second glove!
Didn't know after Susie.
I'm using the glove. I'm bringing Owen back.
It was the fucking second glove again! We're gonna find a final one episode with Owen. It's supposed to be 2 minutes, but this is gonna be longer than that probably. And this is gonna backfire probably as well.
Oh my god! What happened? Where am I? I got shot. He shot me!
Owen, you need to listen to me. We don't have long.
Where am I? This isn't the hospital, this is the autopsy room.
Yes?
We lost you?
But I brought you back. How long have I got?
We're at 30 seconds of counting.
Oh no, Jesus, really?
Yes.
I'm gonna miss you. And I love you. Always have.
Owen, I need the code for the alien morgue. You're the only one who knows it.
You want me back for that? For that!
I'm sorry.
Jack.
Owen! Owen!
Alright. Second death on screen.
Really gonna need that hand back.
Owen?
I'm not using the glove!
But I'm still here.
Oh, here we go again.
Yeah. It's moving on its own.
Owen, you can't lead the investigation.
Why not?
Because you're the subject of it and because you're dead.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I'm sure.
Well, I'm okay.
Susie was draining Gwen.
And?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Is different to the other one. Maybe different gloves do different things.
How many are there?
2. Well, they tend to come in pairs.
And suddenly there were these gates. These big pearly gates, and there was
Yeah,
a
he's-
sulkies, and he said,
he-
"You've been a very naughty boy."
He's fucking with her.
Something moving.
I thought she was referring to. Okay. Okay, he fell back into the underworld. Okay, where's Sadie's? What if Owen gets like possessed?
He was waiting for me.
Okay, always scared.
Some kind of transformation. His cells aren't decaying, they're changing.
What? Why do we keep fucking with the concept of life and death in this show? Is Owen part Mara now?
You didn't say anything before, and then suddenly I'm dying, and it's like I love you. You know, that's not love, Tosh, that's grief. You're losing something, so suddenly you desperately desire it. Textbook response.
Ah! The fuck is happening? He did get possessed by a demon! Okay, he's still aware to a degree. Go and tell everyone. Go and tell everyone right now.
He's about 50% human, and that 50% is dead. We need to stop thinking about him as Owen.
It doesn't look like he's walking. Anime death, right? She's stealing from him.
Don't you like me?
No, she was straight up feeling him.
You brought me back for an alarm code! That is not why I brought you back. Have you got any idea what it means to know that your life is over? That was it! That is Owen Harper's contribution to the world!
Problems?
I forgot. My digestive system was shut down. That alcohol I drank is just going to sit in my stomach. It won't go anywhere. Line up my esophagus.
This is gonna come right back.
That is the single most disgusting thing I have ever seen.
That was a lot. How much did he drink?
Sorry, Jack. I forgot that goes on for a while after death.
For God's sake, let me out.
Oh, fart, my last fart. God, I'm going to miss farting. And sex.
Sex more than farting, I hope.
What is happening?
It'll be the last time I see these flecks or, you know, feel these bricks underneath my hands.
Only in suffering do we recognize beauty.
Yeah. Who said that?
Proust. We dated for a while.
I was gonna be. You met him.
None of us know whether to take you seriously when you say those things.
If you lived as long as I have, you don't make any more up.
You've got forever. I could have seconds.
This is interesting.
It isn't. But then, forever's overrated.
Not from where I'm sitting.
This is true.
If you've got forever, you don't notice the flecks on the concrete. Or bother to touch the bricks.
Why did you bring me back? Guilt?
No. Because I wasn't ready to give up on you. I guess I was hoping for a miracle. And I still am.
I like this. This is nice.
Let's go home.
Let's go home, Danny. Huh? Turning right into the camera
my
today.
God.
Yeah, he got possessed by a demon.
What is that?
That is like the same shit that happened on what was the name of that episode? The episode on space with actual Satan and Doctor Who. I mean, is Owen doing this? Yeah, it's a demon. Okay.
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
You don't know the half of it.
So I'm king of the Weevils. Maybe even Weevil Messiah. But whichever way you look at it.
Where'd you get this?
I found it in an article about Black Death. What you're looking at there are some of the first images of the Grim Reaper.
What?
I shall walk the earth and my hunger will know no bounds. A legend, the person who said those words was Death himself. The priest performs a miracle.
I love
Brings her
Miracle.
back to life, but she doesn't come back alone. She brought death with her, and he walked amongst them. People died. 12 people.
Okay.
Death needed 13 souls before it had a permanent hold on the earth.
How did they stop it at 12?
Just as faith.
Oh, god damn it!
It's trying to get here through me.
Mm-hmm.
What do we do with the dead? Come on, what do we do? You embalm them. It'll petrify my neural pathways and freeze dry my brain. It's the only way to be sure.
First of all, that's fucked. Second of all, I don't think that's gonna be enough.
Are you sure about this?
Yeah, well, it's that or the demon.
I'm not the same, Gwen. Came back different. Hollow. And I do not want to be like this. I'm ready.
It's determined. Oh my god, that's so fucking... That's funny. You're just gonna beat it with a stick? We should like shoot it, like we did with the first glove. That worked. Going after Martha specifically. Shit. I mean, I know Martha's gonna be fine, but... Oh my god! Is he turning her into a weevil? Get fucked! Now what though? Is Martha okay? No, she's not. What if she's a weevil? Or like super old? She's super old. What the fuck? No, it's converted. And now it's learning English! Jesus. What is this now?
But you have to accept she's, what, 80? Just do what you can, please.
Jesus. I mean, I know Martha's gonna be fine.
Find a way to reverse this.
That's one. Yeah.
Killed 12 people.
So?
Why didn't I get to 13? And where does this faith bit come into it?
Oh, it's killing people as it passes through them. Next. You're next, lady. Woo! That's death.
We need to do a body count. Let me know if we get to 12.
Shit. Oh my god!
7 of them.
Shit!
Fatality during a routine operation?
Let's count that as 8. 5 to go. Oh.
Oh. Where's the 5? On this episode of Torchwood, the Torchwood team fights the concept of death. Literally fights the concept of death. Not just conceptually, but actually. Okay, so the Torchwood rule of fuck them kids. Is this kid gonna die? Track record says yes. Direction makes me think not. Someone's gonna save him. I like this representation of death. Just a giant fog skeleton that moves weirdly. I like that it's covered in fog, because otherwise the CG would have looked dated.
Reports of 12 people dead.
So?
They got you in for a run of chemo, have they?
Had that. It didn't work.
1479, the priest discovered the death needed 13 souls to walk the earth for eternity. The little girl that died and was brought back to life. Her name was Faith. She stopped it.
Owen!
Faith didn't have anything to lose. She was already dead. Chummy.
Owen has to go and kill himself. This is it.
Let me tell you that not everyone dies of this disease. And the ones with the best chance of making it are the ones who believe that they can beat death. Just sometimes you can.
Take it from him.
So watch and learn, Jamie Burton.
Watch what?
I'm about to beat death, bitch!
Watch me beat death.
This is awesome. Let's go.
I am not leaving you to face that thing on your own.
I know what to do.
We don't know what we're dealing with.
Tosh.
Alright. Seconds before death. No, he took the thing.
Owen!
That was the sweet move.
How long can you last here with only 12 victims?
This is awesome.
There's nothing here for you! Owen Harper's soul has left the building. There's nobody here but us dead men. What else have you got? What else can you do to the dead?
It's almost like he's dancing with it. This music is awesome too.
Owen! Owen! Is that all you got?
He's restricting it until time runs out. He beat it! Martha's back to normal. Good. I knew she would be back to normal, but still. Whew. So what happens to Owen now?
It's dissipating.
Okay, so it's gonna...
Doesn't sound good.
It's just gonna fade
I
out
don't know anything
then.
about its properties. None of us do. It could take 30 years for it to die out completely.
Or 30 minutes. People died because you brought me back. Well, we owe them. You and me. I'm still a doctor. Let's put me to work. See if we can't even that score.
My fucking god, dude. Nothing gonna prepare me for that fucking episode. That's like the best episode of Torchwood yet, though. Like, for sure. Yeah. This season is so fucking good. On this week's episode of Torchwood, the team fights the literal concept of death. Not a conceptual fight, an actual physical fight. That's so awesome, dude. This show is great. This show is the shit. This show is so fucking good, dude. Like, I love the idea for this episode, and I love the execution of it. Like, alright, where do we even fucking begin? So, episode starts. Jack is like, alright, hold on. I'm gonna bring back that bitch back to life, right? So he goes, and I'm like, is he gonna find the second glove? And then he goes, and he's like, I found the second glove. And I'm like, shit, dude. Let's go. Second glove time. I mentioned it, but I didn't think it would be real. Because when the first glove was destroyed, and they keep killing Susie, Yanto did say at the very end, like, you never know if she could come back. Gloves usually come in pairs. And then there was like an ominous, just like, oh yeah, that's true, but like that just sounded like a random cliffhanger moment, whatever, right? But no, it was foreshadowing to this shit, and I'm not even sure if they planned for this. I don't think they did. They just went back and they were like, yeah, this is alright, let's do it. So they brought the glove into play again, and the rules for the gloves work differently. So each glove is different, sure, so we don't actually know how it works. So even though, like, we used it worked with Jack, even though it didn't before. It didn't suck Jack's life energy in order to bring Owen back, which the other one did. So that's different. It didn't, like, destroy the connection when the glove was destroyed, so that was different. So what this glove actually does is that it brought Owen back, as well as opening a pathway to death itself, to possess Owen's body and then come out of it. Like, okay, so the actual literal concept of death actually wants to walk among us mortals in this world. And just probably kill off everyone if it could. But it's limited by the rules of causality to only do so if it is able to come through a pathway and then kill 13 people. And then it can do it. This is also dumb. This is also fucking dumb. I love it. Like, why do they even know the rules? I get that they read it, but like, where did that information come from to begin with? That's so good. Like, I love everything about this. It's like the perfect mix in between like dumb sci-fi as well as like dumb like mythology or religion or whatever, and then it's just like execution in like a current setting with like current drama, and that's it. It's just fucking fantastic, dude. I'm just so happy I decided to watch the show. I'm like, that's the thing, is that like, I didn't even make a poll for Torchwood. I was just like, I finished Doctor Who and I was like, I'll do Torchwood. I always wanted to watch Torchwood. And like, I watched the first season and I was like, okay, I still enjoy it because I still enjoy some of this dumb shit and episodic nature of it. And I enjoy Jack, and I've grown to enjoy the cast like in its entirety. Yeah. And like, but like, people have told me when I decided to Torchwood, people were like, Torchwood is really good, but not the first season. Torchwood is gonna get really good in the second and like third seasons. I'm not sure about the fourth one, right? I think there's 4, but like yeah, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm enjoying this already, so I can't wait to see where it goes for future seasons, right? So now that we're here, it's like this season has some bangers. So it had the fucking meat episode. That one was pretty good. Like it wasn't mind blowingly good, but it was pretty good. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang just kind of established some things and established Captain John Hart, so he's probably gonna come back, and that was a fun character. His dynamic with Jack was fun. Then we had fucking we had Reset, and then we had this shit, and I had Adam. Adam was really good too. Sorry, who? Yeah, Redacted. We had the Redacted episode. Whatever. That one was good too, I think. I don't remember. So then we had fucking Reset, and then we had this shit. And like Reset ended, and he was like, Owen got shot, he's dead. And then this episode started, and it's like, the glove, he's not dead. And then it's like, he's alive. And then it's like, he's gonna be alive, and you don't know why. And then we deal again with the exact same shit that we dealt with Susie and with some of the other random people that we brought back at points. But like, Owen is just like, I'm dead and I'm brought back and I feel like shit because do you know what it is like to know that you're dead, that like your time is over? I guess Jack did end up getting that miracle that he wanted. I also really like that scene, by the way, when Jack and Owen are just talking and like the prison or like jail. Yeah, it's jail, I think. I think prison is like the actual one and jail is just the one that you're holding you in. But like I like that conversation that they had where Owen was like, he felt like shit over the fact that he's already dead and like his life was worthless and there's nothing else. And Jack, and I like that Jack is immortal because then they were talking to each other of like, from their perspective of the other, like it's unfair. And it's awesome because it's like you're watching a man drown where another one is dying of thirst, essentially. Except that one of them is not gonna die, but it will be drowning forever, right? The thing is, and then we had like several scenes with Owen just being like, "Oh yeah, so my digestive system is not working. So when it went to drink, like the drinks are not getting processed. So then he like forced himself to like shoot out all of it again, not puking because there's no puke." There was no digestive system. He just lined his esophagus in the right direction and went upside down. So then he would fall right back. And it's just like, it was so much liquid that I'm just like, how much did you drink, motherfucker? Like, how much was that? Like, we only saw it in like cuts and I thought it was a single drink, but apparently it was like, I don't know, 25. So there you go. And then we had a random girl that approached him and they started kissing and she started feeling his dick, which is, I don't know, I guess that's the thing that happens with gloves. I'm very sheltered, you see, so I don't know those things. And she was like, wait, you're not attracted by me or what? And it's like because she didn't feel that he got hard because he didn't, because he has no blood flowing. So it's like, oh, god damn it, that too, it's gone. Fuck. That was one of the things I enjoyed the most. So, shit, man. So I like that Owen is just realizing his death and the fact that he's just never gonna have the things that he wants, and he got super angry at it because it's like at this point I'm understanding of that. I'm understanding that Owen especially, right? Someone that like after they die, it's like they're dealing with with like what it's like to just never be able to be alive again. Like your body's just don't function. You're a zombie, and your time is fucking like it's over. And you're not dead right now, but you're gonna be soon, and you know it. And life is just a half-life at this point. You're hollow. He said it. So he got super angry at Jack for it. It's like, dude, just let me go. Just let me die. And he got angry because he was like, you needed me for fucking codes? That's why you brought me back? But then we had the scene at the pen where Jack is like, no, I brought you back because I wasn't ready to give up on you. Still kind of don't. I guess I was just kind of hoping for a miracle, you know? And they started like messing with each other. And that was fun. And then they got chased by weevils. And then he got possessed by the demon. And then turns out that the demon commands the weevils. What the fuck is the connection there? Are the Weevils the servants of death itself? I still can't get over that the episode is just like Torchwood Team fights the concept of death. But not conceptually. Physically. Fights the concept of death. But I did like the like. So I thought Owen was gonna die by doing this, right? But he didn't. So, and I like the dumb reveal of like what stopped it. It was fate, and it was like, oh god damn it, why did it have to be fate? Why did it have to be so big like that? Why do people believe in fate so much? I guess because they're fate. So, and then he was like, no, the girl's name was Faith. She was the girl that was brought back. So, and then Owen is like, oh, because she was already dead. Let's go. So then he went, and I thought he was either gonna fist fight death or he was gonna accept death. But no, what he did is that he physically restrained death because he was like, you can't kill me because I'm already dead. So I can just get in the way and you can't move and you have a timer to do this shit, right? So I just have to restrain you until that time is over and you are not able to claim that 13th soul. So then we're Gucci. So he just did that for like, it was only like a minute. And I understand it has to be only like a minute for the show to work, right? That's how pacing works. But I was just like, I don't know, he should do it for like 2 hours, right? Because we don't know for how long this is going to be around. So yeah, just hold it in for like 1 hour, just restrain it. But no, it had to be cool and dramatic and short and sweet. And that was good. I really liked the scene. That was like one of my favorite scenes in all of Torchwood so far, right? We like the soundtrack was awesome and Owen was awesome. Like, and like the delivery of all this shit was awesome. He was like, that's so good. Owen is such a conflicting character in my mind, dude. Because Owen is like awesome right now. Right? Right now, Owen is awesome. However, and you know exactly what that however means, because I said it like 7 times for this video. Episode 1 happened of the first season, right? And like that has like no solution. That has no solution, and that forever taints whatever feeling I may have on this character. So I just think that was a poor writer's decision on episode 1 of Torchwood. I think that is just a bad thing to do. Like, you can make a character that is kind of a piece of shit. You can make a character that is kind of abusive. You can make a character that is kind of an asshole. You can make a character that like kind of seduces or convinces one into cheating her fiancé. Well, it wasn't the fiancé then. It was just like the boyfriend. But like, you can make a character like that. And then try to walk it back by making Owen a better person this season, which they did. And that's awesome. And then we have this episode where he's just a badass. This was the Owen episode. That's awesome. I was saying previous episode that like we didn't get an Owen episode and then he died. But it's like, no, this is the Owen episode. It happens after he died. Sci-fi is so fucking dumb, dude. I love this shit. This is what sci-fi has done to me. It's the fact that like he got shot and he's dead and I'm like, he could be back. And then it's like, yeah, he's back. It took like, 5 minutes for Jack to get the shit and then now he's back. And he can't die. And it's like, sci-fi is so dumb. Like, sci-fi and JoJo have both done this to me. Where characters have like very clearly died or have to have died, and then it's like they're fine, don't worry about it. Through some dumb way, some dumb bullshit way, it's just like, I love it. I love it so much, dude. I love this shit. Okay. I'm gonna go and skim through the episode real quick. Okay, so the fact that Martha turned old, I suppose that was the only thing they could have done, right? Because like, that sounds random, but it's not entirely, because it's like we're fighting death. So how do you represent death? You represent it through like like necrotic damage or like decaying or like the age or like aging, I suppose, because aging is just death, right? Aging is just like cells decaying, right? They get replaced and decay, and eventually they stop reforming the way they used to, and eventually you kick the bucket, right? That's how it works. So I suppose when the glove attacked Martha and we had to get rid of the glove, it was just like a matter of like she got hit by death, but she didn't hit enough with death for her to die. So she only got what, aged up like 60 years. That's fine. We can deal with that. And it luckily got reversed after we defeated death. That was good. So I knew Martha was gonna be okay because we see her in Doctor Who several times after this. So I'm just like, Martha's gonna be fine. But I'm just like, still a fuck thing to see, right? That child didn't die though. That child didn't die. So people continue to tell me Torchwood's MO is to just say fuck them kids. You know, just like every child has to die or suffer or both. This child didn't die. This child with leukemia was actually given hope by Owen, of all people. And then he got away and he's fine. I mean, given they can just, Russell T. Davies can come out on a YouTube video or a press conference or whatever here in 2020 and say like, oh yeah, that kid died of leukemia, like off screen. Don't worry about it. Like he can totally say that shit. And I would love it if it did. I said the same shit like a couple episodes ago with the baby and the car. I'm just like, I want the writer for this shits to just come out and say like, oh yeah, that kid's dead. It's just like, it's been like 13 years. I want them to just come out and say like, oh yeah, that child died off screen. Don't worry about it. Just fuck that kid. That's so funny. But yeah. Martha got aged up, and I know she was going to be okay, but it was still awesome. The confrontation of Owen with death was awesome. Like everything, like the music was awesome too. The reason why I really like that music is because it kept like getting faster, right? The tempo kept getting faster. It was awesome, and like the way they were restraining themselves made me think of like he was like dancing almost. And then I thought of Dance of Death by Iron Maiden. And that song also has like a fast tempo that gets like faster. And I was just like, yeah, and it was great. And I really enjoyed that. That was cool. So okay, here's the thing. Owen didn't die at the end of this episode. And like the fact that he didn't die. And then they go like, oh yes, your whatever energy is decaying, so it could fade out, whatever. It could take 30 years to 30 minutes, we don't know. And then Owen goes to Jack and goes like, okay, so people died because of me. Like 12 people or more, whatever. I don't know, I'm not keeping count. Died because you tried to bring me back. So we have to make it up. I'm still a doctor. I want to save people. So Owen has made it his life mission now to just help as many people as possible, save as many people as he can. What does that mean? Is it just gonna keep saving people by a Torchwood? Or is it just gonna go back to a hospital and just be a doctor and save people there? I don't know. I don't know what he's gonna do. But that seems to be his life mission now. But the thing is that now we just have Owen alive after he died. Like twice. One previous episode, one here, and then he came back, and now he's back, and then we fought death, and he's back. So now we just have our buddy Owen here, member Team Owen. He's just the team's doctor, and also he's a zombie. Don't worry about that. He's fine though. He's okay. He just can't drink, he can't sleep, he can't fuck, but he's okay. He'll get through it. It's okay. He has a mission. He wants to help people, so he's gonna do it. I really like that he turned that into his life mission now because he feels like he owes that to the world, and I like that it ties into what he was saying earlier when he was angry at Jack. He was like a fucking like passcode or whatever. That is Owen Harper's contribution to this world. Like I got nothing else. And then he comes back when he's talking to the kid. He's like, kid, it's gonna be okay. you can recover from this disease. A lot of people recover from this disease, and the people that do are the people that actually like feel like they can beat death. So watch me fucking beat death, kid. And that was cool. And then he went and beat death, and that was awesome. But like, and then at the end of the episode, he's like, I'm gonna save people. So it's like, that is great. That is great for Owen's character. Owen's character is a character that I typically like. I really like, which is the archetype of a character that starts in a rough place, and they're kind of an asshole, and they can be mean, and they grow to be better people through experiences or through relationships or through whatever happens, and eventually they just become a cool person, a cool guy. And that's what they're doing with Owen, and it went all the way from I don't give a shit about nothing to I'm gonna help people, and that is the only thing that matters to me right now. That's awesome. That's an awesome development thing. I wish Torchwood had started with on episode 2. Right? Not a 1, 2. You do need to set up Susie, but come on, dude. Whoever wrote that first episode, and not even whoever had the idea for that shit, because you don't actually know who had the idea for that shit. Whoever had the idea for that shit in episode 1, with like the like perfume or whatever, that person really like ruins my enjoyment of what is happening right now a little bit, not entirely. I forget about things easily, so I'm not keeping in mind all of that as I'm watching this. But then when I have to talk about it, I remember, and I'm like, oh yeah. So like, all right, ignoring that episode, Owen's character is really good and very enjoyable, and I'm really loving where this is going, right? So, the fact that he's just back, he died for an episode, and now it's okay, don't worry about it. He's just a zombie now, but he's still the same old Owen. He's still the team member. He's still just gonna help out. Just next episode, we go back to like random one-off character drama, just like random one enemy of the week, alien of the week, and then there you go. You know, oh, that would be funny. But oh my god, okay, so this episode was just awesome. This episode was awesome. So the fact that he was like possessed by death, but I thought he was a demon. It reminded me of like the demon from like the Satan Pete, or the other, what's the name of the other? It was a 2-parter that the 10th Doctor had with Rose. I think it was Rose on series 2, when they literally just fought Satan. And it reminded me of that, and I thought it was that actually, because that is connected to Abaddon the Great Devourer, which I thought was the setup for, which I thought it was what was Susie was setting up previous season, but apparently Susie was setting up death. Okay, whatever, sure. So I don't know, man. I love the Smith. Oh, we need to talk about the fucking relationship Owen has with like everyone. So the fact that Tush goes like, "I love you, always have," and it was like the last opportunity, and then he stayed alive, and then Tush is like, "Okay, so that thing I said," and Owen was like, "Yeah, I know you didn't mean it. Don't worry about it. Like I know it was the last time you're gonna talk to me, and a lot of emotions come out, and it's like, yeah, I'm about to leave this earth, and it's like your emotions go out of wacko, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna miss him, and it's like, oh my god, I love him, and there you go. But I understand. Don't worry about it. That's normal. I'm going to the bathroom though. He didn't go to the bathroom. He just wanted to piece the fuck out of that conversation for some reason. So maybe he feels that there is something. Maybe he actually feels that. He just doesn't want to, like... Okay, so if we go down that rabbit hole, he doesn't want to accept Tasha's feelings. What would that be? He's just scared. He doesn't want to hurt her. He feels like it's not worth it. Could be either of those. Like, I don't think it's just that he's mean. I think it's just like... If anything, I would feel like he feels like it's not worth it. Right? So should just find something better. I feel like that could be it. Especially this episode when it's just like, yeah, I'm nothing. He had the moment with Gwen where they like hugged and shit, and that was cool and emotional because Gwen is like Wen is like a feelings kind of person, right? She cares. So of course she's caring about this guy that even if they don't bang anymore, she's like, yeah, I care about this guy. He's my coworker and friend, Owen. I love him. He's cool. There was like no like goodbyes between Owen and Yanto though. I kind of wanted to see that. There was like more Owen and Martha than Owen and Yanto. There was like, well, did they even interact at any point in this episode? Did they talk to each other at any point? I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So is that it for this episode? Is there anything else I want to talk about this? Well, the fact that this episode is like super packed, and I don't know how I'm gonna edit this, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, okay. So yeah, that was it for this episode of Torchwood. Thank you for being here. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching this episode of Torchwood reaction. If you would like to see next one, should already be up on Patreon. Maybe check first, as well as the link. Check out the links in the description for that, social media, everything else, and I'll see you next time. Okay everyone, take care. Bye.